Alright, today we're putting in a 30 kilowatt hour backup. This is an AC coupled Sunny Island setup. And so we've got the 30 kilowatt hour batteries there, and then this is an existing PV inverter that the client installed themselves. So we're going to leave that alone. It's not going to be involved with the battery setup at all, because they're adding a pretty decent size amount of solar to it. So we're maxing out the Sunny Islands pass through with these two 6 kilowatt Sunny Boys and these two 6048 Sunny Islands right here. So this is a Not a Gutter from Midnight Solar. And this here is a slave inverter, and this here is a master. And on the slave, we've got a load disconnect relay wired in right here. Sunny Island puts out 48 volts right here DC. We go through a normally closed relay down through this pipe here into our 48 volt coil DC contactor, and this disconnects the load output. That way, if the batteries get below 5 or 10% state of charge, we can disconnect the load while maintaining the PV connection. So PV combines inside this panel. That way we can still AC couple our PV without turning off our PV when we're trying to charge the batteries when the load disconnect relay's off. Typically you would have your PV and your backup loads panel. But so our PV's before our backup loads panel, that way we can just drop the loads and recharge the batteries, and then once they get above a couple percent above that, then it'll reconnect the loads. So we've got our DC connection here with our shunt. The grid is on the left, it's the grid bus bars. The load is on the right, that's the load bus bars. And here's our positive bus bar, and then our batteries coming through here into the battery cabinet, and they just hook in. We've got our negative down here, and then we've got our positive up here, and what that does is it balances out every single one of these modules, because each module is 48 volts. So if we're first in, this battery connects to the negative. It's the closest on the negative side, but it's the furthest on the positive side, and what that does is it balances each module, so each module sees the same amount of current regardless. If you do it the other way, and you've got, if say this one was the furthest on the positive and negative, that this module will get worked the least, and this module here would get worked the most if it was closest on both sides. So when you do what I call cross flow, then every module will see the equal amount of current always throughout its entire life. So it's got a nice little cabinet with a lock and door. These you can get from Signature Solar. They're pretty cheap lithium iron phosphate. They're definitely the best bang for the buck I've ever seen. I want to say it's about $11,000 for 30 kilowatt hours, which is incredible for lithium. So we've got our PV aggregator, AC side, goes down into the Not a Gutter, and two 6 kilowatt Sunny Boys, and then two 6048 Sunny Islands. So we're just finishing wiring this up, and we're going to turn it all on and program it and test it out.